Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. So for today, we're going to be making rasas for. So we are going to make an Assyrian dish, and first off, we need to make the meatballs. So I found this huge box of Beyond Meat over at Mariano's, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there's 10 in one box. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put in about 5 of these patties into a container that I'm going to mix a lot of seasonings and the meat with. So I just want to make sure that there's a lot of room. So I noticed that these were a little bit frozen. I popped them in the microwave a little bit to defrost. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up 2 onions. Now, I am a very rough chopper type of a person. I really don't take my time to make things small, and my sister does, God bless her, but it's just not me. You do want to make these a little bit smaller though. So I'm going to confess to that. So I used 2 about medium-sized onions, and you're going to just toss that into the mix. All right, now these are all going to be tossed in there, and then we're going to give it a good mix with our hands before we add seasonings. Don't get me wrong, you're going to end up mixing it once you add your seasonings as well. I just want to make sure that these onions and the meat just kind of blend in pretty good. All right, here we go. I'm going to add in some minced garlic to this. It's going to be a huge tablespoon that I'm going to drop in there. I'm going to be honest with you, fresh garlic would have been best for this. I didn't have any. I'm going to add some salt as well. And you see, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm just tossing it in there. Next, I'm going to go and add in my black pepper. And I'm also going to add in my allspice, and, you know, just be generous with this. And I'm going to give it a good mix, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the color of the meat, and I'm going to see if it's taking in all the seasonings, and if it's not, I'm going to end up adding a little bit more of the spices and stuff like that to make sure that all of the meat has taken flavor of the spices and everything that I've added in. Spray a flat pan. You're going to start rolling these into little tiny meatballs and adding them onto the pan, because you are going to end up putting these in the freezer. You could make a whole bunch of these and put them in the freezer, and then, you know, once they're frozen, take Ziploc bags and throw them in there. So anytime you want to make this dish, you know you have rasas for meatballs already to go, and then all you have to do is just kind of add it into the stew, which we're going to be making in a second. And now onto the stew. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some coconut oil or any kind of oil, and you're gonna toss it into the pan, and then you're gonna end up chopping about I want to say 2 onions. Yeah, 2 onions, and you're gonna throw that into the pan. Add in a nice large tablespoon of minced garlic. Again, if you had fresh garlic, it would be best, but I didn't. And yeah, I think the fresh garlic would have been a little bit more zestier for this. All right, so you're going to go ahead and give this a good mix, and then we are going to move on to the next step. I'm going to start chopping up my potatoes, and I believe I used about 8 potatoes that are medium size. So just start chopping and dropping. All right, here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a good mix. Now, while I was doing this, what I did end up doing was cooking my rice. And I usually use my favorite rice, which is basmati rice. And I do throw in some salt into the water and a little bit of oil to make sure that the rice has a little bit more texture. It's really good that way. So here we go, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up adding in 2 cans of tomato sauce. Here's the thing. The best thing for this is to add tomato paste. I didn't have any. And if you did use tomato paste, you would just need 1. But I ended up using 2 cans of tomato sauce. And yeah, it turned out really, really good. But like I said, tomato paste would have been best for this. Anyways, let's move on. So adding in the 2 cans. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I give it a good mix. And then we're going to move on to the rest of the ingredients. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some salt. Again, I'm just going to eyeball this. Just make sure that I cover everything nice and good. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take my black pepper, toss that in. Again, I'm eyeballing it. If you don't want your dish spicy, then kind of hold back on those kind of spices a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my paprika. And I'm going to be generous with this too. I like things spicy, to each his own. So you could go a little bit lighter on the things that would make this dish a little bit more spicy. All right, so I'm going to also add in my curry powder. This is magic. This is the magic wand to this dish. It's phenomenal. Well, no, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's another spice that makes this. Allspice. Allspice. This and the curry powder, boom. These are the 2 magic wands that you need for the spice. I'm sorry, for the freaking dish. I can't even talk anymore. For the dish. All right, so give it a good mix, and we are going to continue on with the rest of the stuff. All right, once we got it mixed, I'm going to add some water into this pot, and I'm not going to fill it up all the way. It's got to be halfway, guys, because I want this to be a thick stew. Now, to make sure that none of the flavors are diluted, I'm going to add in all the spices again, just to make sure that nothing is muted in any of these spices. And this is the color that it should be, guys. Put it on medium heat. And, oh, what are you, what are you doing, sir? Are you getting comfortable? Oh, that's a large mouth. That's a large mouth, sir. Sir, you're so handsome. Yeah, those are nice ears. Can you hear me talk to you, sir? Can you hear me? What? Oh, that's a nice profile, sir. Yep. Did you hear me say that? Are you listening? What? Why are your ears twitching, sir? You're just so handsome. You're the most handsome guard. Well, yeah, you're handsome. Look at you. Yes. And so bashful. Yeah. The most handsome dog ever. Yes, you are. Yes. But I gotta finish the video. Yes. All right, sir. All right, so this is after 25 minutes, and the potatoes have released their starch, so it's going to make the stew nice and thick. And then what you're going to end up doing is you're going to add in the meatballs. They're not too frozen, but they're perfect. So I'm going to add them all in, and I'm going to let this sit on the heat for a good, I want to say 15 more minutes, 15 to 20 more minutes, and then it should be good to go. And it's ready to plate. And here you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you do try it. This is, again, an Assyrian dish, and it is called the rasas for. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Take care. God bless, and I'll see you next one. Bye.